Katie.
Hi, Colin.
Hey, microphone's working.
Finally.
Technology, hey.
Oh, it's great when it works.
It's like a tentacle bumhole monster, isn't it?
Ah, well, can you remember when Sophie thought octopuses had 8 testicles and not tentacles?
Well, I'm sure Bronson thought the same thing as well from the previous episode. So, this is our very last episode.
For season 1.
Yeah,
no.
So we are at episode 24, which is Testament of Arkadia.
Not testicles of Arkadia.
Not testicles or any other
Oles.
genitals. And, how sad.
It is quite sad, yeah.
Very, very sort of like, it's absolutely like rushed, hasn't it?
I know, I feel like we've not nowhere done 23. And it feels like the end of an era, because you said that change is to come in season 2.
You know how neither of us likes change?
Very much so.
You're going to fucking hate season 2.
Oh no, I don't like change.
So, just to remind people in the audience, if this is your first time, I'm Colin the Manc from Manchester, and Katie is the Mackem from Sunderland. And Katie, whilst enjoying sci-fi and fantasy, has never seen Space 1999. On the other hand, I have seen it 400 million times.
That's a lot.
And I, basically, live and breathe it. I'm literally wearing the Space 1999 get-up today.
That is true. You have the orange sleeved top on.
So I'm Sandra today.
Yeah? But you don't have a zip or anything. It's like a jersey t-shirt, a long sleeve t-shirt.
So, which is brilliant for a podcast, being in full cosplay, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But no, that's part of the mix as well. So, as you may have gathered, Katie, through the power of editing, we had a different introduction tune, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
That was beautiful. So there's a couple of pieces of classical or quasi-classical music in this, and also it's very similar to Dragon's Domain, in that it's a Helena flashback, voiceover, narration episode.
I see.
So it's telling a story that has happened.
Right.
So you know how in at the very beginning of Dragon's Domain, she's on with a typewriter going, "I have known Tony Cellini," and he once before encountered a bumhole monster, and now he thinks the bumhole monster's back. You remember that scene?
I do.
So it's quite similar in the way that it is, and the way that it's paced this as well.
Right.
And there is one other thing that's very apt for today.
What's that?
And that there's a big plot about the heating going off in Moonbase Alpha.
Oh, that's very coincidental with our situation
and
right now.
Why is that, Katie?
Because we have no heating or hot water.
So maybe, once you get into the story, maybe the same thing's happening in the story is happening to us.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Does that mean we've got to wait for a bumhole monster to turn up?
I can promise you now, no spoilers, there's no bumhole monsters in this. You'll be fine, Right, so we have the Testament of Arkadia, 24 and last episode of season 1.
Hey! Oh, there it is.
So here's our sexy classical music.
To survive in a hostile universe had long erased the memory of the cataclysmic disaster.
Oh, I forgot John does the narration, not Helena. I forgot about that. I know you're looking at me funny there.
Yeah.
So John doesn't have a typewriter. John has a diary, like a big...
Like a journal.
Yes. John's old school, you see.
Yeah, he's using pen and paper.
He is. And he's a righty. It would have really just finished me off for him if he'd have been a left-handed one.
What?
So you asked me in a previous episode, did they have sports on Moonbase Alpha?
The fencing?
Describe this one.
They're in like Japanese type warrior outfits with helmets with metal guards at the front, and they're fencing with big sticks.
It's called kendo.
Kendo.
And in the 70s and 80s, when we used to watch crap wrestling on ITV, there was a wrestler called Kendo Nagasaki, and he wore one of them masks, and it was always like a thing where every episode, everything, they would try to unmask him.
Right.
And they never managed to do it.
Okay.
So anyway, man with the moustache, that's Luke Ferro,
Okay.
and he's our final Italian guest star.
Oh.
Yeah, our final Italian dude.
Oh, he looks very like...
You can't get away with that, can you?
No. He looks like he should own a pizzeria.
Yes. Mamma mia! So what's happening to the moon?
It's moving towards... It looked like the Earth.
Mm-hmm. It's a planet. Yeah, planet of the week. Your last planet of the week for season 1.
Sandra, what's our position?
He suits a kimono, doesn't he, John?
Yeah, he
or whatever
does.
you want to call it.
Our course is altering.
Yes. So the moon's course is altering to go in orbit to the greeny blue planet.
It does look like Earth.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
With a sun behind it and everything.
And Bernard. Who's Bernard?
I don't know.
Bergman has a pad full of tickets. You know, the deli counter tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is a pulse.
Oh, that's Carno.
Yeah, not a Klingon.
No, not today.
Not today, no. So, Carno has noted that there's a bit of a power loss. 7% power loss.
Why did they all duck?
Well, what's happening to the moon?
It looks like it's going to collide with that planet.
The opposite.
They're slowing down.
They are.
Yeah.
So, gravity, etc.
Yeah.
Inertia, whatever's.
Check the sensors.
So there's too much gravity, they're being pushed down.
I think it's more like, you know, G-force.
Yeah.
I think it's that sort of thing. So, because they're slowing down. You know,
Oh,
like-
they've all fell over.
Yeah. So, you know, when I drive badly. Basically, that's what's happening.
You don't drive fast enough for that to happen.
Kate's changed her hair again, on the right.
Okay.
Yeah, Kate.
Stop dead.
Sarah, Kate.
The unbelievable had happened.
Unbelievable had happened.
In space.
So they're stuck. Somebody's put the handbrake on. I think this will be a bit less of a what this one.
Will it?
I think so. Yeah. But I'll let you have a crack anyway. Seeing it's the last of the season, isn't it? So it'd be quite nice for you just to have a one last go at the montage.
Yeah. So skull, spacesuits, silver, more skulls, fencing. They've definitely got silver spacesuits going on. Planet of Dead plants.
Oh, Planet of Dead Planets. That's a good spot.
Oh,
Skeletal arms.
it was like thing
yes.
with no flesh. And
Yes.
now we're on the planet with the what looks like a galaxy sort of.
Oh, we've done this. This is always on every episode.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. You only get like 7 seconds of actual montage.
Am I always like oh my god, it's gone so fast that I've never noticed
yeah,
that.
probably. So yeah, the silver stuff, you've had it in previous episodes. That's what happens, you know, when the Black Sun, where it all went cold and stuff, and we've had other ones like that. It's obviously to say that it's keeping them warm. It's like, I don't know, Baco foil or something. I don't know what it's made of. But yes, yeah.
Moon
that's
City costumes.
Moon City. Yes. Can I make this bigger?
Magnetic forces,
I think you've tried that before.
course, the speed of an object the size of the moon.
Yeah.
But they couldn't stop us cold like this.
So a dead, uninhabited planet has somehow stopped the moon dead in its tracks.
But is it uninhabited?
Wah, 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 wah.
Is he got a pardon?
We've completed the tests in the generators, Commander.
Do you know what? You know how you say that? In a future episode, his parting is a very essential part of the plot.
Is it?
Yep.
What
It's
a
good you know-
strange
good,
thing.
Good you're noticing these things.
External forces.
So the computer says all the problems that are happening are due to external forces.
Right.
24 and 0 for being rubbish, you know. Oh dear. Paul's here, Paul and his moustache.
Feeling the effect of the power loss, Commander.
Yeah.
Creeping paralysis.
Creeping paralysis. Isn't that the thing you get when you're asleep and you wake up
Yeah.
but you can't move?
That's sleep paralysis, yeah.
Or is the creeping paralysis one of your horror films that you like watching?
I mean, it might be. It might be.
Oh, Sandra's sleeve's yellow in this today.
I thought Sandra always had a yellow sleeve.
Well, it was orange in a picture I showed Charlie. So I'm
Right.
Paul.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Paul and man we've never seen before on the right.
Okay.
Oh, well. I'd rather be Paul than Sandra.
I mean, I think you suit Paul a bit more.
Yeah,
30 hours.
But then Alan's got a yellow as well. I'm confused now. I think we're too far on to worry about uniforms, aren't
But
we?
isn't Alan a pilot?
Yeah.
So Sandra's not a pilot.
I mean, Sandra does the same sort of thing as Paul, sort of main mission, data, reconnaissance, whatever. Anyway.
Maybe you should spill that coffee down the main uniform.
You have to borrow one of Alan's.
Yeah.
Oh, Alan, help! And zips it off in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, do you think they're going to go down?
Yeah.
I think so.
Power loss rate 11% now.
It's quite a slow episode, this one, actually. It's quite gentle in terms of pacing. Oh, Alan's going.
Oh no.
Oh, he can't crash. Oh, not last episode.
The thing is, though,
Yeah.
the last episode, and you didn't know if there was going to be a new season. Well, I mean, the tension with John going in an eagle with Alan.
Yeah, but Alan was only ever meant to be in one.
One
So
episode.
he's had 23 bonus ones to start off with,
Yeah.
wasn't he? So he's still okay.
Truly be on our own.
So off we go to the
Let us let
planet.
the future of our people.
John looks very pensive.
They've just got a really long computer ticket.
Do you know, I wanted to call him Bernard again.
Why?
I don't know.
Who's Bernard?
Anyway, these are two guest stars.
Right. That's a big camera.
Would you like to see my zoom lens? Would you like to see how far it goes?
She does not want her picture taken.
Yes.
She looks really cheesed off with him.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, she's hit him.
Yeah.
Quite
All
right.
right, so get some sleep.
Well, Koenig's told him to stop messing about.
Go to
So
bed.
these are our two main stars of the episode.
But they've just been told to get to bed.
Yeah. Not in that way either. I know he's
No.
Italian.
Yeah.
Oh. So power loss has gone up to 13%. And
So-
Sandra's looking very pensive at Paul. Sandra's worried that she'll have to turn her electric blanket off.
So why are they losing power?
Well, it's the planet. The planet's draining it. So she's Anna. I had to get it the right way around. She was either Anna or Lisa, because Lisa's who plays her. You see, where it's
Right.
Anna's the other girl. Yeah, so the planet is draining it, and they don't know why it's draining the power.
Everyone's asleep in the Eagle. Are they in the Eagle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's happening here, Katie?
She,
So the other one that's not Italian,
yeah, what did you say her name was?
Anna.
Anna. She sort of shuffled across and she's resting her head on an Italian guy's shoulder asleep.
And he looks absolutely delighted.
He
with
does
that,
look
doesn't
happy, yeah.
He'll be having tops and fingers by morning.
Well, I did notice that the blanket slipped off her breast, her right breast.
God, he didn't waste any time, did he? So he's after her, but she's playing hard to get.
Yeah.
As you can tell.
Did you sleep well?
So his voice was done by Robert Retty, who I mentioned in the last episode. And he is a very sort of, in the movie industry, he did loads of stuff like that. He did loads of sort of voiceover stuff and what have you.
So that actor, the
Yeah.
voice isn't his?
No. And he did like James Bond movies and all sorts of things. He was very, and he was an actor as well. He actually was in things.
Right,
But his main thing was being really good at dubbing.
right.
And he spoke about 400 languages as well.
Impressive.
Which is handy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know? So he could actually be an Italian in Italian.
Yeah.
But he was an Italian doing English or whatever it's like that. So.
Did you see the size of Helena's cup there?
Yeah, it's with the wing on it.
Tiny little thimble thing.
Yeah, I think Sandra, we've had Sandra with them before, haven't we?
World once.
Yeah.
And then
Here we are.
something happened, some kind of Holocaust.
Victor's explaining the plot here.
Some kind of genocidal event.
Yes, so it was alive, but it's now dead.
No. The atmosphere is stabilized. The radiation levels are tolerable.
Okay.
The planet is as it was before life stopped.
Oh, so the planet's reverted back to its original state.
Before life stops on Alpha.
I think it's just like, yeah,
Alan,
just
take
sort
it
of
down.
like, you know, there's nothing alive on it, but apart from that.
Yeah.
So, Alan's landed an eagle perfectly.
Yeah.
Textbook that.
It is really good.
Do you think everybody in the Eagle does like a really sarcastic round of
Like,
applause?
yay!
You know when you have a dodgy coach driver on a trip
Yeah.
and it's spent the entire time messing up when you get there.
It's crowded in
Yeah. Wrong turns and heartbreaking.
Yes. So the whole crew, there's about 10 of them, isn't there?
Yeah, there's quite an
a big,
exhibition.
quite a big crew. They're all going, but they're all with,
Expedition.
and it's all, they've all got all the sort of 70s kit that we've been taking the piss out of, haven't
Yeah,
they?
they
They've all-
have.
the big boxes and the extra sketch or whatever it is, you know.
Extra sketch.
They're all repurposed, aren't they?
And obviously huge cameras and things.
I'm sure Victor's got a roll of film there, which has been painted white.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of things, isn't there?
There were living things here once.
Well, trees do tend to be living, don't
I know,
they?
yeah.
So she's standing next to a tree going, there used to be living things here. It's not an artificial one from like the garden centre,
No
is
shit,
it?
Sherlock.
Oh, even the ropes, orange.
Hey, it's gotta be all about the orange.
Mediterranean influence, I found out this week.
Yes, you said that.
That's why orange was popular in the 70s.
Yeah, that's when we had that really interesting conversation about flocked wallpaper.
Oh, I bet the podcasters are devastated. They've missed out on that conversation, haven't they?
There will be, yeah.
Burnt ochre and buff and orange and all these
All
things.
of us. Depends on the answers we come up with.
So there is a bit of urgency because first of all the moon stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, the Alpha's draining of power. So they've got. Go on. Sorry.
I was gonna say, how about their oxygen supplies if they're draining power?
Well, exactly. So they're going to have two choices really. They've either got an Operation Exodus to a dead planet, or find out why the dead planet is draining their energy and fix it.
Isn't it?
Anna's found a really pretty sparkly brown leaf.
It's
Any
dead.
open space would seem like that after being cooped up on Alpha.
No, it's something else. A feeling that maybe we are intruders.
Oh.
Intruders. Maybe his massive camera's the intruder.
Is it as massive as his moustache?
No, nothing's as massive as that
This
moustache.
is important. This.
Scan those trees.
The
He's
first
very
discovery
posh.
had been made. The first link in the chain of events that would forge themselves into the inevitable shattering
Do
conclusion.
they look familiar, them leaves?
Helena and Victor had also
Should they?
forged a link.
Well, do they look familiar?
Planet was not
No.
dead.
No. They
Its
don't look like
soil was
Earth
simply
leaves,
locked in
do they?
stasis,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
waiting
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
back restart
Are
the
they on
cycle of
Earth?
life and death.
They have found that the
But that was
foliage,
before the most incredible discovery of all.
the foliage is same as what you find on Earth.
Right.
Yeah. And no, it's not another Jedi Bergman. They've gone to the same place, but in the future, but in the past.
Uh-huh.
It's a genuinely different place.
Oh, they found a cave.
found
That's
a
that's
cave.
very
So there's no big fuck off bear in it.
well, it's very Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, you know them hobbits I was telling you about? They weren't called Homo Hobbitus. I'm sorry, I got a bit carried away. The story's right, but they're not called Homo Hobbitus. Apparently Tolkien's estate got really angry with them.
I'm not surprised.
What?
Dead skeletons. Well,
So-
I mean, you don't get alive skeletons, do you?
Well, you do. You do in, like, you know,
Pirates of the Caribbean
Jason
and
and
stuff.
the Argonauts, yes. So in the cave they found the beer tent
Yeah.
with the beer garden table, and it's full of skeletons.
Skeletons.
And they waited that long for the person to get the next round in that they all died.
They're all dead, yeah.
So do they look like aliens? Or do they look like human beings?
They look
Skeletons?
like human beings.
Wow, yes. Victor's found something.
How much do you know about ancient Earth languages?
I was going to say, it looks like a Sanskrit type language, doesn't it?
Aren't you a clever shite?
Am I?
And just popping across, like, just jumping ahead a couple of minutes. One of their party happens to be an expert on Sanskrit.
Ah!
You know, how fortunate is that?
It
for
is,
the plot?
isn't it?
Yes, how lucky were they?
That's a good shot of the three main characters as well, isn't it? All in frame together.
And Alan at the back going, what's a Sanskrit and is it good with chips?
Yeah.
God. So why would there be Sanskrit on a weird dead planet billions of miles away?
Because Earthlings are originally from a different planet.
Wow, there you go. So,
Or-
so here's Anna. Anna is the appointed person who can do Sanskrit, which is obviously an essential skill on a moon base, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
No, I don't either. I just happen to have a degree in Sanskrit.
But different somehow. An earlier form, perhaps.
Oh, yes.
But here,
I'm not sure about her hair.
a million light years away from Earth. How?
I think it's a wig.
Can you decipher it?
It could be like an Ancient Aliens
That
gig
use of main computer
where
will take some time. But yes, I think so.
the Earth people were originally really advanced and took to the stars, and then
Oh, this is the bit where we get a song, I think. Are you ready for a song?
yeah.
Would you?
Okay. Oh, thank Christ, it's not yet. You get a song. Right, so you are spot on. Okay, because Carnu and somebody else is playing Tiddlywinks.
Right.
craps or something like that. So yes, so every sci-fi program has an Ancient Aliens episode, has an ancient alien astronaut type episode. You know, life here began out there, that sort of thing.
Well, I was saying that there could be an alternative whereby human life began on Earth, became so advanced that everyone took to the stars.
Right.
And then somehow human life became extinct on Earth and everything began again, and we're now not as advanced as we once were.
Alright. Why have you thrown that in?
Because it's a theory.
Which one of your 18 seasons of Ancient Aliens had that one?
Oh, I don't know.
So, no. But it's the other way around.
The ancient astronaut thing.
So this is the ancient astronaut thing. So every sci-fi program has an episode like this. Or the entire sci-fi programs themselves are based on this, where we're not actually the original sort of, inhabitants of the planet, or like in Prometheus, our DNA gets altered by other people or whatever's like that. And that's exactly what it is. So the Arcadians, who are the skeletal beer garden people, they all went out to sort of seed the universe. And to put their sort of their mark, if you like, on lots of different planets.
Yeah, and this is obviously one of them.
Yes, and somehow somebody's got a calculator, so she can do Sanskrit. She's got a bog standard calculator, and somehow that helps to translate it. So the hook here is that our friend Luke has got the heebie-jeebies about the place. He thinks there's more going on here than just like a load of dead bodies.
Is that Italian guy?
Yeah, Italian guy.
Italian Luke.
Yeah, and he's trying to get Anna along for the ride.
The ride? What he wants from Anna.
I want to populate the earth. I will start with you. Oh, you have to buy me dinner first.
Well, it's only polite.
Do you like spaghetti? Do you like meatballs?
Very difficult. And I can make no real sense of it.
Oh, God.
She's very
I
posh.
find it very disturbing.
Yes. The sooner we get out of this place, the better.
Oh, he's still got the heebie-jeebies.
He has, hasn't he?
Yes.
Sooner they're out, the better.
Yeah.
No, nothing we've seen.
So the whole camping party is still out there. Helena's got a bottle. I think there's some props from all sorts of... Remember the episode where the dead Helena husband one where they had the little bottle thing with the antenna on? So I'm sure that makes an appearance at some point.
Right.
Yeah. So basically something happened on that planet, some sort of nuclear holocaust that killed all life. But it was after they'd gone, if you know what I mean. So they must have been like the last few that were remaining, just to sort of man the fort. Yeah.
Ages to come, we salute you. The desolation you find distresses.
Desolation? What the hell's that? I don't know what that means in English, never mind Sanskrit.
Desolation. It's like when somewhere's desolate.
Oh, alright, okay. I thought it was something to do with coconuts. Oh, those skeletons are looking particularly pissed, aren't they? Like, as in alcohol pissed.
Yeah, they are.
Who happened? Caused our own something.
So basically, she's reading out the thing, and it's saying, "Hello."
Yes.
We knew you were coming.
Yeah.
No need now to say, tell of the final event happening.
So
Holocaust? Yes, that fits. The final Holocaust, when our world flamed in the inferno of 1,000 exploding suns.
Oh, wow.
that's dramatic.
They're very poetic, aren't they?
Yeah.
Keep trying.
Oh. John's got his hand on his chin.
But she,
Oh, Luke's thinking about putting his hand on the
so's
chin.
Mario.
Luigi.
left before the end,
Oh,
taking
dear.
the life, the something.
The seeds.
Yes, the seeds.
The seeds of a new beginning.
So, although she's tried translating it, everybody's chipping in with words. Like when you do the
I
crossword
know.
at work, isn't it?
How did he get that?
You know, 9 letters, exploding something. Like, oh, yeah, I've got that one,
Yeah, A something something B something something.
Playing the main character in Minder.
Heed now the teachings.
So she's reading out the Testament of Arkadia.
Yes.
Right.
There you go.
The Testament of Arkadia.
I've just said that!
There is a passage here I can make no sense of. I'll need the reference library.
The reference library.
So Moonbase has a reference library.
Moonbase has a complete Sanskrit thing. This is where I think that they've done this a few times, but they haven't quite gone far enough with the future, have they? Although I suppose we didn't have Moonbases in 1999, but we also didn't have automatically translation tool things, did we?
No.
We didn't have that either. So maybe fair enough. I'm sure Vic gets a slide rule out in a bit, which we'd stop using by then,
Earth people didn't come here. The Arcadians. They found Earth.
Yeah. Well done.
She knows. Tell him, Anna. The trees. Tell him.
We found oak, pine, willow, beech, 40 different varieties.
What are they going to do? Open a branch of IKEA? They're going to make cut price furniture.
Yeah.
The galaxy's best hardware store. Yeah.
So they are descended from the Arcadians.
We are.
Yeah,
Me and you.
me and you.
Me and you. But not Bert.
Not Bert.
Not Bert. No, because you haven't mentioned hedgehogs yet.
No.
But me and you are descendant from this this cave thing. This planet.
Explain what was destroyed.
That's handy, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, Star Trek did this and whatever, and this is the entire plot of Battlestar Galactica. This,
Right.
what they're doing here, but they're not the only ones. I'm sure.
Alpha was freezing to death.
Oh, I don't know. Well, we just mentioned Prometheus, didn't we?
Yeah.
Prometheus and Covenant. That was another one, and I bet Doctor Who's done it and whatever it is. This idea that either we're descendant from something that didn't start on the Earth, or we got meddled with.
Yeah.
And you got George Yosh with his hair going on. It wasn't aliens, but it was.
Oh yeah.
And they claim every time they see a weird picture on a wall in a cave somewhere, it's depicting aliens. And,
Some of those pictures are weird. I mean, they can't be described or explained.
I saw one the other day, and it was an Egyptian, and they looked like they had iPads.
Some of these pictures are. You gotta wonder.
At least down here, we be.
You do. But we haven't solved any problems yet.
Not much
No,
Because although they're drinking cups of tea,
left to hope.
they've got a moon base that's still being drained, and it's still a dead planet.
yeah, they're just sort of standing around having a bit of a coffee meeting, though, aren't they?
So because the planet's dead, they'd be really difficult to do Operation Exodus. Because there's no soil, there's no...
Yeah, they can't grow food or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. But go on, Katie. This is your sort of thing. This.
What is? So they've got lights on because it's dark. Are the skeletons going to come to life?
Do that bit out of like Corpse Bride.
Yeah.
Start singing a song. Well, I did say there was a song.
You did.
Yeah. So that the lights have come on, but they're feeling a presence. Oh, there's the bottle from Matter of Life and Death. So they can feel something happening, can't they?
Yeah. They're looking very closely at the skeletal remains.
Listen, what's that noise? I know it's not your laptop.
It's like a it's like a hum, sort of high-pitched hum.
And it's causing the lights to dim. Oh, and what's happened to the bones?
They're starting to glow. Oh, they've become flesh.
Wow. Here's your song, by the way.
And a miracle did occur. One that even now is beyond our understanding.
Yeah, me too.
A force, an indefinable intelligence did exist on the planet. And Anna Davis and Luke Farrow activated it.
So,
Or were chosen as the agents of its will.
so they've all turned into like monk-type figures, haven't they?
But they emerged
skeletons.
from the cave,
Yeah.
their personalities profoundly transformed.
So how did they activate it?
Who knows? Now we get a song.
If John's saying that Anna and Luke activated this,
Yeah.
but he's not quick with the explanations as to how, is he?
So the monk-like figures, you can't really see the faces, can you?
No.
But it's like there's something telepathic. You know, because they're all nodding and
They
smiling.
seem to be communicating, yeah.
Yeah. And they look very happy, don't they? They're being happy dayed, aren't they?
Happy days, yeah.
They're being blissed.
They look like they've been brought peace.
Yes, they look very happy about it, don't they?
And the lights have come back on.
And we're back to skeleton
the
mode now, aren't
skeletons
we?
again.
Yeah. But they look very happy about this now, don't they?
But will anyone believe them?
So they're on a mission now. On a mission. No, exactly. Who's going to believe them?
Yeah.
So, oh no, he's finally got his
Oh no!
cuddling now.
He's got the girl.
We've decided to abandon Alpha. Get back here right away.
Oh, Operation Exodus.
And they look so happy about that.
So they are. It's now their mission to go and live on the planet.
The dead planet.
But whether it be them two or the whole lot,
Yeah.
that's the second half of the program.
I see.
Yeah. Oh, and there's frost on
Oh
the window.
yeah, they've iced up.
It can't be proper frost because nobody's drawn a picture of a face.
Or a penis.
Well, Carnu's in the silver stuff, isn't he? Yeah, I know how you feel, mate. Honestly, I know how you feel. Having to boil your own water every time you want to wash is a bit rough, isn't it?
You know, who's doing push-ups?
Somebody's doing push-up to keep themselves warm, aren't they?
You haven't done that.
Fuck that! It doesn't matter how cold it gets, I'm not going to do that. Oh, it was Paul? Paul's the push-up guy.
He's showing off to Sandra.
It's all them 70s keep fit videos.
Yeah.
Heating now automatically reduced to number 2.
Ooh, number 2? What does that mean? What setting's that?
I know.
That's where me and you would fall out, isn't it? I've changed the heating setting to number 2. What does that mean? Is it better, worse? That reminds me, I've got my pants drying next to the electric heater. Actually, are they on fire?
No, well, Margaret looks okay.
No, they're alright. They're not on fire. It's okay, ladies and gentlemen. My pants are not on fire.
And I'm telling you, there's no way I can give you that power
So,
back.
Bob, I've got a funny story about Bob, actually.
Bob, okay.
Bob and Paul are arguing because Bob needs more power for medical.
It's on your conscience.
And Paul is saying,
No. Paul is saying, I need the power for my electric shaver to keep my moustache trim.
Oh, I thought it was so he could keep his nipples warm. Because he's very much hugging them.
Oh, we're at 50% power loss now.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Come in, main mission.
Have they turned the radio off?
Well, they've obviously got heating on the Eagle.
All watch the situation.
Cold.
Desperate.
Cold. Brassic.
Oh,
dear. Did you bring back any kerosene? You know.
Details later.
Well, Operation Exodus, while they can't feel the fingers, that's going to be interesting,
I know,
isn't it?
yeah.
Well, what are we at now? Oh,
50.
it's sustained at 50, isn't it?
Operation Exodus.
Paul, it has stopped. The power has stabilized.
No, it's stuck at 50.
Check computer. Commander, the power.
So I wonder why that is. I don't think it's ever explained, but I'm wondering if it's because the planet knows they're going to come down. So it stopped draining the power.
Like it's got what it wants.
It's like it's conscious.
So is it like a kid that stopped having a tantrum
Yes.
when you buy it at Mars bar?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Hold everything till we get there.
They're thinking it's lovely warm on here. Do I really want to go down there?
Inexplicable had happened again.
Ice Cube Moonbase.
Ice Cube Moonbase.
But Anna needs the reference libraries, doesn't she?
Yes, she does. She needs a Sanskrit dictionary.
Needs Sanskrit for dummies.
I bet you can get that.
Is there a section about cave drawings?
Future on a hostile planet. Only time would tell. Helena, I want you to check our chances of survival against a permanent 50% power loss and rush it right through.
Rush it.
work on the planetary data? No, store it for now. We'll deal with it later. Right.
That's you told to go away.
And they've both got brown sleeves. So
Yeah.
what's that science?
I think brown sleeves was sort of computer Carnu had a brown sleeve. Sort of computer, sort of data. No, Sandra's data.
Information.
Bad. But with this situation, what can we expect? Our first priority is the lives of our people.
Oh no. The lives of our people.
Yeah. He says our people like they're a separate race.
Stable. Our food and essential life support systems can cope. It'll be hard, but we can survive.
Paul,
Who wants to
cancel
survive on the
Operation
fridge?
Exodus.
They've cancelled the Operation Exodus!
Oh no.
Oh, do you think that's going to make Anna and Luke dead happy?
No.
Or do you think it's going to piss them right off and they're going to laser everybody for the rest of the episode?
I think it's going to piss them off and they're going to sneak out together.
So, Anna's in the reference library now.
She's in soft focus too.
God, they are, aren't they?
You can barely make Luke out, he's so blurry.
And the testament of Arkadia, the link. They spoke to us, and we listened to them. You and I
use the Force.
They look like they're completely in love now, even though she was like bashing him away from her 10 minutes ago.
So basically, the last bit of that testament thing said basically it was their job to go down and, you know, Adam and Eve it.
Yeah.
Operation Exodus is cancelled. Repeat.
So they've just found out it's been cancelled.
Yeah. They look horrified.
They do. Yeah. Yeah. So they have to stop being devious now.
Yeah, sneaking about.
Oh, John's rubbing his temples.
John has a headache.
Yeah. Do you get headaches when you get cold?
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Oh. He sensed the presence of the lovers.
Yeah.
Commander, we want to live on that planet.
Bye.
Well, that's completely out of the question.
Yeah, you can't.
Along there, we were guided to that planet.
Does John have any right to stop them leaving? And
Yes.
Up here we have a chance.
Yes. He's going to tell them why as well, I think. If I remember rightly.
A few of us could survive down there. We could, Luke and I.
Yes, you'd make out. You'd have to take half our supplies with you,
There you go.
which would make life for us virtually impossible up here. No, I'm sorry. But we must go, Commander. Just do what I say.
oh god.
John listened to both sides of the argument
I
there.
know,
Well,
didn't
didn't
he?
The other thing is that they can't lose the people, even though you're going to tell me 4 die every episode.
Well, yeah.
But they can't lose the people.
John's just had a right paddy as well.
Yeah.
You will do as I say.
Yeah. So this is where they start doing weird things, isn't it? So they're shiftily going around main mission.
Oh, Luke's just picked something up.
He's picked up a piece of paper. If he messes about with the computer, Carnu will not be happy,
No,
will
he
he?
won't. No, it's Carnu's computer.
So I'm not giving the game away here, but basically they're going to try and devise a way to get down to the planet.
Yeah.
She reminds me a lot of the girl from Saturday Night Fever,
Okay.
but that doesn't really help, does it?
No.
No. Oh, danger music. Here comes so Luke is going over to computer Carnu, and he's got a gun. There we go.
Oh, gosh.
You will do what I say. You will change the password to password 123, so I can get in.
Will you really kill him?
No, he's just threatening him. And because Carnu's a wimp, he'd be like, "Yeah, sure. Here's the USB stick. You know, doing it as you
He's a wimp,
please."
isn't he? John will think he should have died for his people.
So if you don't do what I do, I will break computer. It'd be like that where he takes like individual circuit boards and bends them. He's like, "I'm gonna do it," and Carnu's going, "No, you can't kill my baby." Oh, so we're on stun mode. So the other one, Anna. So this is the protein store, and these are the security guards.
What, just wandering around the corridor like that?
So they have a room called Protein Store, which, if you remember from Mission of the Darians, is probably really like important.
Yeah.
And it had 2 security guards permanently outside it.
Did you notice what else about that door?
Go on then.
The keypad had numbers on it.
And the security guards were in orange.
Mhm. But none of the other keys have usually got numbers on.
I completely agree. Yeah. That's a good spot there. So we're in main mission, and Luke's pointing a gun at everybody. We must go. Here comes Helena now to rationalise. Oh my God, what's he done?
Why would you walk into the room with a gun?
But what's he
then?
done to Helena?
He's taken our hostage.
Do what you like to me, but don't touch my hair. Not the hair. Oh, so we had an establishing shot of the moon outside the planet and stuff.
Put that laser away.
Alright. John's shouting at somebody with a gun to not use a gun.
Yeah.
Do what I ask.
Yeah, go on.
John, you know, if you'd been more open to discussion in the first place.
You know, if we'd at least like give them a third way or something like that. But yeah, he was just like, nope.
Yeah.
But to be honest, maybe he's got like 400 other problems to deal with.
Now release Dr. Russell. Commander, there's an attack on the food store.
Oh, here's the protein store people.
We're looking for her now.
Yeah.
Cut them off. Do it.
I wonder how you get that job. You know, when you're on, like, Indeed.
Mm.
Protein store security guard. Must be completely useless. Involves standing around a door. 8 hours a day.
Yeah, long hours.
Yeah. Must be able to find the way to a protein store door and stand. There wasn't even a seat, was there? It was a bit harsh.
3 years. Do you realize what the loss of those supplies will do to us? Be rational. You'll do it, Kinnick. Or she'll die. Pharaoh, you have no chance of survival on that planet's surface.
No.
It's dead, barren.
So he said they've got no chance of survival on the planet's surface because it's dead.
Yes.
But a few minutes ago, it was Operation Exodus.
That's brilliant.
So, like, what's his gig? What's his point?
It's like, if it's my idea, it's fine.
Yeah.
If it's anybody else's idea, no.
It's shit.
Yeah.
Don't you understand? It was no accident that brought us to that planet.
No.
Our destiny is clear, preordained from the moment the Arcadians set foot on Earth.
He's very passionate, isn't
Isn't
he?
he?
Oh, Bird's back. She's got. So they're both there now. We're going to come second on the dance-off on Dancing on Ice.
Asking too much, John.
Actually, Dancing on Ice works because it's cold.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah, we're going to flood one of the rooms and turn it into an ice rink.
They've all got shiny outfits on.
Yes. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's the other one, isn't it?
That is Strictly Come Dancing.
That's the ballroom thing. Told you it's a bit of a slow episode, this. Oh, God. So John's being lovely and telling people they need to give them half the storage. Half of the protein store.
But they'll die.
Oh, well, they don't care.
Be warned. Any
So,
attempt to stop us will
he's said that they can't survive on half the stores.
chaos.
Yeah, if they lose half the stores, it's going to kill Moonbase, basically, yeah.
So what he's done is
Yeah.
chosen Helena over everybody.
That's a good point. I'll have her. You'll need a medic.
Yeah. So he's basically said, don't kill Helena, take the stores, and then everyone will die together.
Yeah.
Especially for
Maybe as if they were going to go to these extreme lengths, they'd do more and horrible stuff. Maybe that's it. But no, you're right. I mean, John's decision making is quite erratic in this episode,
Yeah.
isn't it? Maybe that's why he's justifying it with his journal to make it. He's rewriting it to make it out. And it was always all my idea. I knew exactly what I was doing. There was no
Yeah.
stress.
If
you know.
anyone reads this,
Yeah. What is it? What is it? History is written by the victors.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, by the
By the-
victors?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
very good. Yeah, so
Oh,
victors
so
just reminded John that they're fucked. Yeah.
Then they're in the purple transport tunnel.
Well,
Is that Carnu running ahead?
no, that's one of the useless security guards.
Right, okay.
So, Eagle time.
Where's Bob when all this is going on?
Bob Matthias, the doctor dude.
Yeah.
Why do you need Bob?
Well, he just doesn't seem to be there.
He doesn't do a lot, Bob, does he?
No.
No. Yeah, anecdote. So they've gone to an Eagle and they've got Alan piloting. So the first thing they should say is, look, no, we're not having him. Can we have a decent pilot? Can we have somebody who doesn't crash, please? So there's lots of moody standoffishness, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Barry Gray's on the bongos.
So they're kidnapping Helena full time?
Full time.
Are they going to give her back?
I don't know.
She's quite good at getting kidnapped, isn't she?
Yeah. Put in a plastic box and having like high collared outfits.
Yeah.
Luke,
Oh. Use the force.
we've done everything you've asked.
I wonder why he's called Luke.
Without a K?
Not yet, Commander. Now, we've kept our side of the bargain, right?
Maybe it's an Italian
Dr.
thing.
Russell
Well,
Jones
they might have called
does.
him Luca. That would have been more Italian.
Don't.
I went
We
to school
won't
with a
have
boy called Luca.
You have my word.
Well, he seems not a boy anymore. He seems he's a grown-up now.
This is what you'll do, Koenig.
Oh, apparently
Escort
they've got his
us
word.
out into space.
That's helpful, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
You know, he's taking hostages and he's fucking everything up, but you have my word.
Which is just trustworthy.
Yeah.
You can have her back.
Oh, just get on with it. You know, looking very pained at each other, though, aren't they?
I know.
It was a romance.
Star-crossed
there, wasn't there?
lovers.
Yes.
Take Survey Eagle 2.
John, I will miss you when you're parting. Oh, we've talked about the wig a lot, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
John's hair's got to be a wig.
Well, here's Victor now.
Still time.
Victor's trying to persuade him. Uncle Vic. Let's just go to the pub, have a game of dominoes. We'll chat through it. You know? Nobody's in a rush.
Everyone loves a game of dominoes.
Yeah. Have a game of darts. You'll be fine. You said he did homebrew, didn't you? So
Yeah.
you can have some of me homebrew.
Yeah.
Was it homebrew? Oh no, he distilled, didn't he? Because he did the copper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It's kind of what I was getting at though, like he makes his own stuff.
Oh yeah.
And Dr. Russell dies.
Oh, got the Russell down.
I understand. There'll be no pursuit.
There'll be no pursuit.
Paul
Paul doesn't look pleased.
It comes to something where John's the calm one and Paul's the one who wants to just blow them up now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's handy he's a pilot as well, isn't it?
Who, Alan?
No, Luke.
Oh, Luke, yeah.
Yeah. Alan got chucked off at the end.
A lot of
Oh no, there he is. He's on his way.
A lot of the men seem to be able to pilot. Maybe being co-pilot's just not as difficult. Because Alan always seems to be in the pilot seat.
Yeah. So we're in the sort of star-crossed lovers eagle.
Doctor,
Yeah.
we're terribly sorry about all this.
Helena's like, fuck off. Fuck off.
Sorry.
You know, act like you're sorry.
You are killing 300 people.
Try to understand.
So they're going down on the planet
Uh-huh.
with all these stops, and there's two of them,
Right.
and there's 298 people upstairs.
Yeah.
So why don't they just do this thing, get Helena back, and then just invade and pinch all the stuff back?
Yeah. And why did they ask for half? Like, why didn't the ratio out?
And you believe this purpose of yours justifies destroying Alpha.
Like, if there's 300 people...
I think you're assuming that it's a static stock, aren't you? Because they've got low energy. They can't then do hydroponics, and they can't do reprocessing and all the other stuff that takes energy. So on submarines and stuff like that, they reprocess the waste, the oxygen, the wee, for want of a better word. But you need energy to do that. So if they've only got 50% of the power upstairs on the Moonbase, then they can't do the reprocessing, so they need the stocks. So that's why.
I see.
Yeah. In about 3 minutes, it actually becomes a plot point. That's the only reason that I know. Sorry to anybody if it's their first time. But yes, I know what you're saying. Why didn't they take 150th of the stuff?
Yeah, because if there's 300 people...
We were powerless.
Actually, we haven't had the song yet, have we? Oh, did we have the song?
Oh, I can't remember.
I think we had the song when they all the skeletons turned into monks, didn't we?
Right.
Yeah, we had the song.
I'm going to stop doing my maths.
I'm pleased it was a very quiet song,
Yeah.
because it doesn't fit at all into this. You know, you got these serious topics like life began out there, and you know, people dying of starvation and freezing to death, and all of a sudden it goes la 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 la.
Yeah.
You know, like drunken men in a pub.
Yeah.
Why does he need a globe of the earth? Anyway.
Well, maybe he just thinks it's pretty.
Yeah. Reminding where he used to live. So Alan's tailing the others. So I'm assuming this is some sort of ploy to get Helena back. Like,
I mean,
part of the agreement.
It must be, yeah.
Yeah.
So once they're on the planet and they've not been attacked, Alan can take her home.
There are so many ways they could have done to stop this, couldn't they?
Yeah,
No.
they've put the rubbish on there.
Oh, so the docking?
So that is awfully still in that eagle.
See, if they did it on the Kickstarter, they could have afforded another eagle, couldn't
Yeah.
they? Oh, God. Every other post on my Facebook is a Kickstarter for these models.
Is it?
Oh, it's like, you know what? Why do people need this stuff? I mean, I know I have models, but they're like 10 quid from Shein. You know?
Yeah.
They're not 400 quid and you've got to build it all yourself and what have you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're docking and Alan's about to get Helena. There we go. So Helena is now safe. secure, fine.
Well, she's with Alan.
God, anything could happen yet. Actually, you're right. So they're going to undock. There we go, undock. What's the danger music for?
Well, who knows what can happen?
One flies off and the other one doesn't. Because
Maybe
it's a cardboard cutout.
Maybe there's a xenomorph lurking somewhere.
Hey, that was the last episode, that.
Yeah.
That was Dragon's Domain. I read a few more things after we did the episode, and there's a lot of people saying it was Alien.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, was it? Really?
No, I don't think so.
Alien was a lot more than that.
We'll have voice contact with Carter in a few seconds, Commander.
So John's shitting himself that he's not going to get Helena back.
And what are they going to do about their
Counter
supplies?
calling. Survey Eagle heading for Alpha.
A lot of hair in that shot, wasn't there? Jesus. There's about 7 or 8 of them, all with the jackets being cold, and the sideburns, and the big hair, and the whatever.
Well, it was the 70s.
The only person who's got like a normal haircut is your friend Tanya.
Yeah.
What do you call her? Audrey.
Audrey.
Yeah.
Commander? Pursuit Eagle 5. Eagle 5. Switch to subspace frequency 220.
220.
Activate.
So you put a trace on him.
That's right.
Oh. Following the ship.
Oh, they've low-jacked it.
Get those pursuit Eagles launched.
Lowjack. That's a good. I like that.
Yeah.
Space Lowjack. I mean, the other thing is right. Okay, so they've put a tracer on it, but it's a dead planet. So all you've got to do is find the only thing that's on it that's alive.
And they've parked in exactly the same place.
Oh, it couldn't be the same shot twice, could it? Oh, Katie.
Oh, they've all fell over.
So they got a problem now. So they want to go after the space. They want to go back to the planet. But what's happened?
The power's come back.
More than that, though.
They're moving away from it.
Yes.
They're being propelled away.
So you know how the planet was sort of subconsciously altering the power and everything? There you go. What's happening?
Oh.
The power! We are gaining power!
Cancel the launch. But the supplies. Got our power back when we need them.
There you go.
Alan and Helena.
No problem.
Alan, this is an emergency. Full power. Alpha's on the move again. Hit that throttle or you'll get left behind.
Then they'll have to go back to the other planet and live there.
But you know what I don't understand?
Everything. About this episode.
If he can go faster, why wasn't he in the first place? Was he just out for leisurely space flight?
Yes. So we're back on to Adam and Eve have now noticed that the moon's moving away.
And they've got a moon buggy?
Oh, bless. Well, wouldn't you want a moon buggy?
Yeah.
Yes. It's not moving away though, is it? It's just moving slightly to the left.
I know, it's not really doing anything.
Oh, here's the song.
Oh. That's quite a nice sort of poignant shot.
Epilogue?
Of them standing.
Epilogue?
Epilogue?
Epilogue? So John's really worried that Helena won't get back.
Yeah, he's pacing.
Which is obviously nonsense because there's Helena.
All right?
Fine.
We're fine.
Yeah, he's not bothered about you, Alan.
Actually, Alan and John are getting on alright here. Because usually they're at loggerheads, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
But Alan's just rescued Helena, so...
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of intimacy there, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Helen, I know. And there's nothing we can do about it.
Nah, nothing you can do.
It was their choice.
Well, I hope they repopulate the planet.
God, they've got a long job, haven't they?
Yeah.
And then there's the whole question of, like...
So carefully stored and nurtured by us, had returned to their place of origin. I believe
This
it
is
is
John
for you to
doing
have to seek
narration.
answers to the incredible things that happened on Arkadia. All we know is that life has restarted there. And that for us, the creation myth of the first man and woman
Creation myth?
has a
Yeah.
new significance.
Yeah. That doesn't have to look like the Earth, that,
It
does
does,
it?
doesn't it?
For Lou Ferro and Anna Davis, it has just begun.
Oh, he's still writing in his book.
They are literally Adam and Eve in this.
Yeah. Which then brings up all sorts of questions about how do they populate with just the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
there's going to be a lot of inbreeding, hasn't there?
I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, I was going to be polite.
Why?
Because I didn't want to talk about incest.
happens.
Oh, there he is with his book and his pen.
Yeah, he's put his pen on top of the closed book, signaling the end.
So that is the end. The end of season 1.
I can't believe that.
I'll let you pick makeup, seeing as you've been lovely.
And
I'll have Baz. And Basil has the anecdote as well.
oh,
I mean, was there any makeup in that?
not much.
I mean,
no.
even the lass wasn't wearing that much makeup, was she? Not like Joan Collins.
No,
You had Anne.
it was Anne.
Oh. Season 1?
I can't believe it's over.
So I don't want to talk too much about the general stuff because we're going to do, our next pod is going to be a special wrap up of season 1 rather than just launching ourselves straight into season 2. But there's 3 things. So I've got a little quizzy question for you.
Right.
I've got a little anecdote and then I've got a topic to discuss.
Okay.
So the little quizzy question is, how much were the secondary cast paid per episode? And you are allowed £1975 or you can have £2,024 because the Bank of England very handily has a calculator so you can put one in and get the other.
I think they were paid.
So Nick Tate is the source, so Alan Carter, his character, so that'll give you an idea.
I think they were paid £2,000 per episode from the 70s.
From the 70s?
Yeah.
In the 70s they were paid £2,000 per episode?
Yeah.
Wow! £187.
What?
Which is 1,770 something in today's money.
That's not much at all.
It's not, is it?
Like, you hear about people getting like millions an episode and stuff these days.
And I've been reading about one of the actors who was negotiating their contract, and getting transported to and from the studios was a big deal. And you can see why now.
Yeah.
Because in petrol or taxis or something, because apparently Pinewood's in the middle of nowhere, they would make a big difference, wouldn't it?
Of course it would.
Yes. So that, whilst on the surface sounds okay, when you bear in mind that they did 24 episodes over 15 months, so it's not like a regular income, and also the fact that they had, sometimes they had long hours, sometimes they were there for 10 minutes. You know, it's not like me and you, we start at 9 and finish at 5, don't we?
Yeah, and I presume some episodes have taken more than a day.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
Transport might have been more than once.
And some episodes he sat in a cosy little studio, did 10 minutes and went home. Some
Yeah.
episodes like Sandra in a skimpy little thing in the middle of a ward, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't get any bonuses for that. So yeah, so they were the sort of average wages that the sort of, you know, I mean, Barbara and mine were probably on hundreds of thousands, but the sort of rest of them. But when you start to really think about it, 30, 40 actors times by whatever's, times by 15 months.
It's still though.
It's still a big budget. It can get quite big, that as well.
I'm sure I was reading somewhere the other day that the cast of Young Sheldon were getting like over $1 million each an episode or something.
What? We need to get into acting.
I know.
We do need to get into acting.
Yeah. I'm sure.
And their episodes are 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
There's no special effects apart from when Professor Proton comes on and he's usually got a glow.
Yeah,
or something,
when
he?
he's Master Obi-Wan Professor Proton.
Yeah, so that was it. And the anecdote is the skills of Basil. So Anton Phillips, who played Dr. Bob, who you mentioned in the episode, he needed a stunt double for something.
Right.
And so they got him a stunt double, and he was 6'3" and Caucasian.
But
So Bob, for the benefit of the tape, Bob is quite sort of regular height, and he's quite regular build, and he's got an afro and a moustache because he's obviously of some sort of African or Caribbean descent, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, i.e. he has dark skin.
yes.
So Basil had to transform this stuntman, 6'3" stuntman, to something that looked like Bob.
Why didn't they just get a black stuntman?
Basil did that good a job that when Anton's other half came on set, she ran up to him and gave him a kiss instead of Bob, instead of Anton. She gave the stuntman a kiss because she was like,
I mean, I presume he didn't change the height difference, or
It must have been the hair and the styling and the
maybe
makeup.
he was sat down and she couldn't tell the height. And
So that is how good Basil is.
wow, Basil the legend.
Plus, could you imagine doing this now? Blacking up somebody.
Well, you wouldn't be allowed, would you?
So you're absolutely right. If you had a black actor, they would need a black stuntman.
Well, of course they would.
But the history of filmmaking is full of so a lot of in films when it's been a female needing a stuntman, it's been a man in a wig,
Right.
and there's so many examples of that.
But it's like Margaret the cat, right? Margaret the cat is grey and white. It's like her being in a movie and getting an orange cat to be a stunt double.
Well, that's what they did, so that was quite funny. So my final thing to talk about is the muff.
The muff.
The muff, which before you think we're just being rude, because we will say it again, the muff. The muff. So this is the mysterious unidentified force.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel in the 24 episodes that there has been a muff going through the episodes?
No.
Oh, that was right to the point. You're usually like, oh, well, yeah, you spend 20 minutes enunciating, don't
Well,
you?
I don't think... I think there's been sexual tension between Helena and John, and I think Alan crashes a lot of eagles.
That's very much a different type of muff.
Yeah. I don't think there's been any sort of Jedi force throughout the episodes.
Really, even though that last episode was literally a muff episode.
Do you mean that ties all the episodes together?
Yes.
I mean, there's like the theme of space exploration that ties them all together, even though that was never what they were supposed to be doing. It's what they've ended up doing because they were blasted away.
So you don't feel like, so that last episode was the moon just happened to go into orbit in a planet that just happened to populate the Earth, that just happened to need us back so that we can repopulate it again.
I guess I've been thinking along your usual...
What? The plot demands it?
Yeah. I'm afraid no, I haven't picked up on that.
Okay, well, you're not the only one. And to be honest, people have watched this and stuff, and I think it happened more by accident, or it was just a happy coincidence. But there are a few muff episodes.
Right.
And the first one is obviously Breakaway. So why didn't the moon just explode, like disintegrate? And that was obviously like that's the main thing that people criticise the thing about is the fact that the moon didn't disintegrate, and they was like, well, that's stupid science, and of course it would explode, but it didn't. And the second one is Black Sun.
Right.
So you know when they all started drinking brandy and turned into gorillas, and they went through the black hole and they started speaking to God.
Yeah.
So they had a conversation with God, and then they ended up not dying. Yeah. Then the third one was Collision Course. You know, the one I really, really, really hated, with Arya going, "Oh, you must believe me, Koenig. You must do as I say." And I'm like, I'm slitting my wrists, aren't I?
Yeah.
So that was where they were meant to crash into a planet, but the planet disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then you had that one, where they did. So if you go to sort of peak muffery.
Peak Muffery.
Peak Muffery.
Is that a website?
The whole point of this is apparently the Arcadians plus whatever other forces that are involved, like God, like whatever's, were all engineering the situation so that the moon deliberately was blasted out of orbit so that it could then go back to the Arcadia and you know, start things all off again.
Right.
And then it was actually all those things, and the Black Sun God woman and Arya and stuff like that are all on the same side, and they were helping the moon get to where it needed to be.
I see.
It is a bit of a stretch though, isn't it, when you start to think about
stretch.
it, because it's not like, you know, when we watch Game of Thrones, it was always the prince that was promised, and they said it for every bloody episode, and nothing came of it, did it? Yeah, you know, it's a bit like that, isn't it? Whereas if you keep going on about something, at least you're made aware of it. But it is an element that is there if you want to believe it's there. It's probably the best thing I can sort of say.
Right.
Because you're not a heathen if you say bollocks.
Yeah, I'm not on board with that.
You're a non-muff person.
Yeah.
Now, the writers do refer to the muff.
Do they?
But they do it on a very individual basis. They don't sort of go, oh, we all went into a room one day and went, right, we're going to have this thing called the muff and it's going to do this and do this. They just go, oh, I wrote this really good episode called Black Sun and, just by complete coincidence.
I think to be on board with that, you have to believe the writers, when they started writing it, had like an arc for the whole series, and along the way they would have episodes that tied into this particular arc, and I don't think they did. I think they wrote each episode individually, and it just happens as a coincidence that you could put that together.
Well, that's a brilliant segue into our next episode, because that's exactly what I want to talk to you about.
Right.
Is I think what we're going to do with the next episode, we're going to split it into 3. So we're going to deal with the movies,
right,
which have additional content in it, and Sybil Danning.
Oh.
Which I've mentioned before.
Right.
Sybil is a girl, by the way.
Yeah, so
she's very, very much a girl.
Right.
Very, very, very much a girl.
Okay.
And then we'll do that Friends thing where we're going to rank and rate every episode and come up with a catchy title for the one where Koenig's wig fell off or something like that.
The one with the blonde wig part 1, the one with the blonde wig part 2.
Well, yeah, exactly. And then we'll discuss. We'll just discuss our thoughts. I'm really interested to know how you feel about, first of all, the show coming at it completely fresh,
right?
But also comparing it to modern things.
Okay.
So I've got a bunch of questions that I'm really excited to ask you about and see how it compares to sort of, because you're really into this sort of stuff. You just never have watched this, haven't you?
Yeah.
And I'm really interested to see that sort of thing. So that's the sort of idea with episode 25, isn't it?
I'm very excited about these questions.
The only problem is I'm going to have to do a lot of research.
Right.
Because, I mean, the simple thing is I'm going to have to cut up the movies so that we're not sitting there watching the same thing again, because whilst it would be fun, 3 hours of us going, oh, it's breakaway again, and the moon's exploded again, and they've gone all weird with their eyes again. It's not really podcast gold, is it?
So are you going to need to take a week off work to do this?
Not quite as well. And there's a couple of things I'm really trying to find copies of.
Right.
But it's a bit hard out, because obviously with this being 50 years old, not everything is available. Mm-hmm. But, you know me. There's a way.
You're very good at finding
There's a way
things.
of finding something, I'll find it as well. Yeah, and then we'll dive into year 2 straight away, won't we?
Absolutely, I can't wait.
We're not going to have a pause. We're not going to do V or...
No.
V wouldn't take long. It's only like 5 episodes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we can say that another time. But yeah, we'll do that. So yes, you've done season 1, and the only spoiler I'm going to give you, you've seen the last of a few people. And that's all I'm going to say.
I feel like I've hit a milestone in my life.
I'm dreading doing season 2.
I know you said, yeah.
I'm absolutely dreading doing the first couple of episodes of season 2.
Is that because I'm going to hate it?
Yeah, you will hate it. You will really, really hate it. Because one of the things I love about you is you get so invested in stuff, and you are going to hate me.
You?
Yeah.
You
are personally going to have a go at me for season 2 and blame me.
Oh no.
for decisions that were made literally before I was born.
Let us get me list of things I blame you for, and I'll add it on the bottom.
Episode 2 of season 1 was when I was born.
Aye.
So I have no responsibility up to that point.
Episode 2 of... No, you were alive when it was written.
Episode 2 of season 2. Did I say that?
No, you said season 1.
No, episode 2 of season 2 is when I was born.
So you could influence episode 3 onwards.
Yes, exactly. From within Shore Hospital.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So thank you everybody for listening. Sorry, it's been a bit of a ranty one, bit of a prating old one.
Oh, it's been fun.
But some episodes were like, it's about the wig or the special effects.
Yeah.
Or Koenig or something, whereas some episodes need a bit more sort of discussion. And I was like, with it being a muff episode, it deserves it. There'll be none of these in season 2.
Oh.
Season 2 will go, well, that was shit, and then we'll turn it off.
Is it muff free?
Yes, very much a muff free zone.
Oh.
Actually, that would be about right for you. You'd watch them all and go, actually, I've found it. I found the thread that ties them all together.
Well...
and you'd find a way of actually piecing it all, and it's one part of one big story. So who knows?
Who knows indeed.
You may break the muff. So we'll catch you next week with 25, and then yes, season 2.
Sounds amazing.
Thank you very much for listening.
Thanks, everyone.